truth carefully.
That brings us to Don Harkins, who's been holding great newspaper. I get it every month. He's just a fun guy to talk to. We have him on once a month. The magazine of which he has created is the Idaho Observer. It's a hard magazine, a hard newspaper, kind of like you get the New York Times delivered. Shame on you. You should be getting the Idaho Observer and turning all your neighbors on to that. Don Harkins, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Jack. Well, no, thank you very much for that. And actually, I didn't mind being in a holding pattern for a few minutes. Our office, our lives have been so buzzing the last 2 weeks that just sitting here and, like, chilling for a couple of minutes was actually a pretty beneficial lapse in activity. So I really need to thank you and your previous guest for that.
That was the only 5-minute break you're going to get for
That's
the next 2 days. Enjoy it. Frame it. Put it on your office wall. Darren Craddock, who we just had on, is just an amazing super genius, and he needs to be writing a column for your newspaper, by the way. I love networking people together. Don, what the heck is going on with this country? What is up? I can't believe we do this every day, and yet sometimes it feels like it's getting worse and not better.
Well, I think that a really great way to encapsulate everything is we're staring down the barrel of this health care reform bill right now. But look at it and the length and the amount of words and pages involved and the subtle language and the pork and all the stuff that's involved. And then take a look at all the other bills that have been coming down the pike since Obama took over. I'm only delineating this because we're in a new presidential era here. But if you take a look, there's a definite feeling, there's an environment, there's a philosophy, there's something with this particular session of Congress, and you look at all the language of all the different bills, and I think that you could call them all one bill, and that would be the Federal Takeover of Everything and Noncompliance Enforcement Act of 2009.
Well said.
It's all the same bill, you guys. It doesn't matter what it is. They just change the subject matter or whatever, but the intent is the same. And that's it. It's to federalize absolutely everything and punish anybody that dissents.
Well,
simple.
And I'll go a step further because lest we give too much credit to the Obama administration, let's just remember where a lot of this comes from. I mean, we just looked at a lot of the footage from the G8 conference that just happened, and I've been catching up with some of that. And it seems that almost every leader on earth has given full power and full mandate to something called global governance. It's all for our own good. So a lot of this isn't even coming from the sick and twisted minds from our own Ivy Leagues here, from our own elite. This is coming from on high, and it gives the power to these internationalists, Don, to mandate every policy here in the United States of America, yet they tell us that we're paranoid if we think we're losing our sovereignty.
Yes, these are, again, of course, the people who say that mercury is safe for children, who completely resist any idea that 9/11 could have been done from the inside, and that Pearl Harbor was an attack by the Japanese.
Yeah, and if you put it in that context.
No, I mean, when you look at it, what we have here is this storybook baseline upon which every single event in U.S. history has been going forward, and when you step back, operate from a different baseline, the whole fraud becomes just technicolor.
Let me put it like this, and you have a section in your newspaper this month, Healthcare at Gunpoint. You're walking down the street, Ma and Pa American, listening to this broadcast right now, or anyone in the world for that matter. You're walking down the street, somebody comes up, they pull a gun on you, and they say, I'm taking all of your money, I'm going to put you in my basement, hold you at chains, and stick needles in your arm. It's for your own good. Why are you whining about it?
Well, it was a headline that actually, when we were putting the paper together, I was questioned on it. I generally write the headlines. It's one of those things that I really enjoy doing. I take suggestions, but space generally overrides them. But healthcare at gunpoint, when you think about it, even a jaywalking law or ordinance in a small town in America comes with it the death penalty. if you resist enough, a cop will subdue you with a bullet between your eyes. It's just the way it is. So it's not too much of a stretch to say health care at gunpoint, because here we are now. We're just living our lives. These legions of bureaucrats with this bill are going to have, according to them, entree into anybody's house. They can knock on anyone's door and check and see their vaccine status, or they can check their mental health. They can do a variety of home interventions. And if you slam the door in their face and tell them to go to hell, then they can call the cops, and they can come out and deal with you in a criminal fashion. And so there you are. You resist up to a certain point, and they will have the authority to put a bullet between your eyes. And I don't believe that people should be so deluded anymore into thinking that it could never happen in America, because look around you. It's happening right before your very eyes.
Well, and the Democrats, or I guess whoever they are, we'll call them Democrats for the sake of communication on the show today, Don, they say we're just fear-mongering. I mean, it's true, but we're fear-mongering by telling the people what's actually going on. I mean, these are mainstream media reports that are being published, and it reminds me of a story we covered this week, Don, that here in Texas, because of the hurricanes or natural disasters, they've made a move for forced evacuations. They will shoot you if you don't evacuate for your own safety. Somehow that doesn't seem to bother
exactly.
Texans or Americans.
So what are you going to do? You're going to take your chances with a storm, or you're take your chances with a paramilitary trained cop with his sights on you?